Do you know that Tanki Online promotes gambling? Have you known the fact that it is a game which exploits younger audiences to use actual money in a game which is termed free to play? And did you know that because of these reasons, it is a game that has been banned in several countries across the world? Now, I know what you're thinking, but this video is not clickbait. What you read in the title is 100% true, and I am going to prove that to you over the next 5 to 6 minutes by using facts, figures, and logical interpretation. But I'll advise you to watch this video carefully from start to end to understand exactly what I'm trying to say, because it does get a little complicated in between. Now let's start off from the very beginning. Tanki Online was a multiplayer game released back in 2009, and although it is a game played by people of all ages, it is particularly aimed at younger audiences, such as people that are usually below the age of 20. Now, coming to the actual problem, which is gambling, the promotion of gambling, and the exploitation of these certain younger audiences in using real money to purchase in-game items. Now, the thing is that Tanki Online wasn't always like this. Interestingly, after 10 years of release is when this issue actually began, and that came in the form of containers. These containers, now known as keys, are the equivalent of gift boxes in the game. There are two main ways to attain these. Either you can do that by completing your missions, or you could purchase them from the shop in much larger amounts and in exchange for real money. But why are they so important, I hear you ask? Well, the thing is that most of the stuff that you can possibly attain from the game comes from containers or keys, which makes it really significant in the game itself. Now, what you can get from containers could be the game's currency, which is crystals, supplies that boost your tank, augments that also boost your tank and change the way your tank works. There's paints and there's skins that make your tank look cooler. So obviously there's a lot of incentive to buying containers or keys, and the thing is that either you can get containers, like I said, from the shop or from the missions. Now you're probably wondering, SHK, where's the catch? Like, you're basically describing in-game mechanics at this point. Well, now here's what the problem is. The problem is that the way you attain these containers have a massive difference. If you play for an entire month and complete every mission that comes towards you, it won't equal nearly as much containers that you get from a single purchase in the shop. Like, you could basically get 300 containers from the shop in a single purchase, and the person that does not want to buy in the game, they will have to work for like a month or 2 months or even more than that just to get the same amount. And the thing is that these containers or keys influence the game a lot, and because of this certain influence, if the person that's purchasing the containers has an advantage, then obviously they're gonna have an advantage in the game as well. Okay, so this covers the whole idea about the game exploiting the younger audiences which want to perform better in the game, so they buy stuff instead of working hard, right? But then you're wondering, where does the gambling part come from? Now, here's the catch. Gambling is basically when you don't know the outcome of something, but you're willing to invest in it for the sake of taking a risk, right? That's gambling. The reason why gambling is bad in the first place is because you're putting your money at stake in a place where you don't even know what the outcome is going to be. There is literally no way for you to predict whether you're gonna win or not, and most of the time you are supposed to lose because that's how a gamble works. And the thing is that this whole process tends to become addictive, and it is known to become addictive, and you don't know whether you're gonna win, you can't predict whether you're gonna win, you can't influence whether you can win or not. All you can do is buy more and more in hopes of getting more and more stuff. What's even worse is that this is a children's game. Now, this concept is literally integrated into containers. When you purchase containers from the shop using real money, you're essentially placing a bet. You're gambling. You're gambling on whether when you open those containers, you're gonna get something extra rare, and you're gonna have a cool tank and have a tank that is, superior to other tanks, or you're gonna get something that's not going to be all that special, and it's gonna be a waste. In hopes of getting something special, you put in more and more and more and more money in buying more containers from more offers that come with events. And this is something that is technically illegal because, first of all, it's gambling. Second of all, this is a game inclined towards younger audiences. So you're literally integrating the idea of gambling into children or teenagers, or because what these players want is that they need a strong tank, they need a cool looking tank, they want to show off, they want to play well, so on and so forth. forth, which is completely justified. It's a natural instinct in gaming. You want to be the best, and that is completely fine. What's not fine is that these younger audiences will be using their real money to purchase offers which contain containers, and then they're gonna be placing their quote unquote bets, and on those bets will be their hopes of either getting something good or just wasting their money. And by the way, this could be their money, their parents' money, their guardians' money, all of this stuff no one knows, but the thing is that it's bad and it happens. And no, this is not something I'm making up. This is literally everyone realizes except the players themselves. Like, countries all around the globe are literally as of recent making policies to combat games like these, games which promote stuff that should not be promoted, such as gambling. I can even give you an example, and it's one of the most notable examples: the Netherlands. Now, if there is anyone from that country watching this video right now, you could literally comment and tell everyone else that in your country you can't use your local Wi-Fi or your local network or whatever to play the game. You need to use a VPN because Tanki Online is already banned in that country. I had several friends from the Netherlands that used to play with me, but they can no longer play because it's banned. It's illegal there. And by the way, there's a clarification that I need to make. There's a difference between shop purchases and the purchases of offers that contain containers. Shop purchases are simple: give money, take tank. You give some money, you make a purchase, and they give you whatever you want. Either it's crystals, it's tank coins, it's whatever you want. But the point is that you're not gambling. You just know that you're gonna give a certain amount of money for this thing and you're gonna get it. That's all right. But when you make a bet, you just you randomly assume that, okay, I'm gonna buy 100 of these and let's see if I can get this from it or not. That's not good. That's not right. So that's the whole problem, and that's about it. The purpose of this video is not to defame Tanki Online or spread hate, rather it is for two purposes. One of them is awareness and the other is a call to action. Now the awareness part is self-explanatory, but the call to action is basically me asking you guys to do something for a greater cause. Now what I'm asking you to do is participate in a boycott. Whenever you see, if you're a regular player, whenever you see anything in the shop, any bundle or any offer that includes the purchase of a large amount of keys in exchange for tank coins or real money, then do not avail those offers. Simply avoid them, do not interact with them. There are countless other ways to get containers or keys: by playing missions, playing special missions, those tokens of apologies, there's promo codes and all of that stuff. So there's no need to get into buying that stuff. Of course you could buy other stuff from the shop in exchange for tank coins or money or crystals or whatever, but do not participate in buying containers or keys. Secondly, if you're not someone that plays Tanki Online regularly, what you could do is that you could spread awareness. You could let Tanki Online know that what they're doing is wrong, because it could be that they're doing something and they don't realize that it could negatively affect other people, especially the younger audiences that play the game. So what you could do is comment on their vlogs saying that this is wrong and stop it. You could email them, you could use multiple hashtags. I'll put some on the screen right now so you could use those, and a lot of people can unite for this one cause. So yeah, these are the few things that you guys can do. I felt like my job right now was to deliver this message, which I did. The rest is up to all of you. We'll try to eradicate this problem, and if not eradicate, then at least minimize it to the extent where it doesn't affect people as much as it should. Thanks for watching till here. So if you agree with anything that I said, then like this video, subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know in the comments what you think about this, and also the hashtags once again are on the screen. Use these in the comments as well. We need to spread the word, and I'll see you in a future video.